So one of the most popular games ever got hacked. Not one time, but twice. This is Rob from PastTechSearch.com, and we're about to dive right into it. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. So a GTA 6 actually just got leaked. Right now, if you not into video games, don't play video games, you may, oh, this episode ain't for me, but you would be wrong. This episode is going to uncover a lot of things that are wrong in the current cybersecurity tech space, and a lot of opportunities that are going to be presented for you. So if you're not familiar, GTA stands for Grand Theft Auto, and it's a game where you can kill, steal, sell dope, run prostitutes, hack, scam, do all types of crazy stuff, right? Now, a shout out to Trevor, Franklin, CJ, and all the other GTA characters. But GTA was planning on launching the new game, and I think it was supposed to be $100, right? And it was supposed to be a lot of stuff behind like a paywall, right? You could get some parts of the game, but some of the other parts of the game you were going to have to pay for, right? And I wasn't planning on purchasing the game no time soon. You know, I got goals and ambitions. Not saying there's anything wrong with playing video games, but just I knew I wasn't gonna have time for it. But there was a group, or is a group, or a person, or persons named Cyber Leak, and that pissed them off real good. The price of the game, the paywall stuff, and all that type of stuff, right? So they pretty much sent demands to Rockstar and Take-Two, which is pretty much the game development company and who's responsible for Grand Theft Auto as a whole, and kind of told them, hey man, if y'all don't kind of change some of your business practices and some other things, we're going to start leaking stuff. And I guess Rockstar or Take-Two didn't really believe them, and they start leaking gameplay footage, the entire, like everything was supposed to be a secret. The full map of the game, and supposedly they actually have like a playable version of it. So basically, they got the whole game, right? All leaked before, the game's official release, and it's supposed to release, sometime I think this year. Soon as all that stuff happened, right? They got breached in April, and then they got breached again like a couple days ago. Their stock tanked. It dropped by at least like 10%. So as far as me, right? As far as what I think, cybersecurity, security in general is super important, right? And a lot of times you may be asking, okay, Rockstar, Take-Two, this is a $1 billion corporation, right? This is not just, some mom and pop stuff. Let's talk about like what actually happened, or what we think happened, or what we know, the facts. Why this is more of a pattern than just an isolated incident, and what it really means for you and anybody that's listening to this that is thinking about breaking into tech. Just a quick introduction, who I am, so you know I'm not just some random guy with a microphone. I'm Rob, a former U.S. Army Staff Sergeant that helps people just like you pass some of the most popular certifications in the IT industry and help you launch amazing tech careers. I was in the Army. I got over 20 tech certifications. I have my master's in this stuff, and about 2 or 3 people have said that I'm the best instructor in the world. So if that's of any interest to you, you can find out more at passtechcerts.com. So as far as this craziness has been going on, right? CyberLeak has been releasing like actual game footage that nobody has seen ever since August 18th. So for the last couple of days, they actually been showing in-game stuff too, like people actually playing the game, right? So they actually have showed a full build of the game, right? They haven't given it to anybody, but they've kind of showed, Rockstar and Take-Two, like, hey man, we're not playing, right? The game actually isn't scheduled to drop until November, and they already got stuff, right? So if you actually are paying attention, this is not the first incident with this company, right? They didn't learn their lesson. In April 2026, they had got hacked, and there was an extortion attempt, right? To see if they could get some money out of the gaming company, right? And this is the same thing. Pretty much what happened in April happened again. So it's not just like bad luck. It's not just like, oh, they just picking on them. They did not learn from, the first hack. They didn't learn from the first incident, right? Because if you get hacked and they saying that, hey, because this game is probably gonna make, because I think it broke some type of records with pre-orders. Like they made hundreds of millions of dollars just from pre-orders before people can even touch, see, do anything with the damn game. Oh, another thing was this. The Cyber League people were pissed off because, like I said, the paywall stuff, their practices, and they also, for $100, it was just going to be digital. You weren't going to get no disc. You wasn't going to get nothing physical, meaning that if your download breaks, or you lose access to something, you want to actually have your game anymore, right? So the actual incident, like what kind of failure does this really represent? I think most likely it was either access control or just insiders, right? So insiders inside of the company that may be leaking stuff, right? So let's kind of talk about what kind of failure does this really like represent? Like what really happened? So a company like them is $1 billion company, right? They got a really good security structure, I'm sure, right? But most likely what happened is it was a mix up, it was an issue, it was some lack of training, it was some lack of oversight when it comes to internal access or credential management, probably contractor permissions, because with a project or a game as big as Grand Theft Auto, it was all kind of people working on this shit. It was Rockstar employees, Take-Two employees, contractors, freelancers, whoever could do the best job quickly. Because to have an entire, they've been working on, I think I think GTA 5 came out, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago. For them to be working on that for over a decade and for the whole damn game to get released, that's got to be somebody inside the pipeline that was either feeding people information or somebody that got socially engineered and got their badge taken or got their credentials took or something like that, right? And this is really a perfect example of being, making sure that you're properly staffed, making sure that everybody is properly trained when it comes to credential access, credential management, just permissions, just everything, right? Not talking to people about shit that you ain't supposed to be talking to them about, right? And this is one of the biggest things that people don't really get. You can have all this big ass perimeter security, but a lot of times it could get all taken down from somebody on the inside, whether it's on purpose, whether it's malicious, whether it's just they're a dummy and don't know. So you have to be careful. So the question I want to ask you, right? Do you think that cybersecurity as a whole is broken? No, of course not, right? What's really broken is the assumption that you don't really need people that are well trained, well skilled, watching for this type of stuff, right? So in cybersecurity in general, you need to be way more proactive than reactive. When you're reactive, this type of shit happens, right? You get extorted, you get something that you worked on for over a decade almost taken from you, right? Now, at the same time, maybe they got sloppy because they already, like I said, from the pre-orders, they already made hundreds of millions of dollars. They they broke all types of records and all types of stuff, right? So I don't know if it's like cool. And then another thing is, I'm not sure if maybe they already made their money back from however much it costs to build it. So what is this incident? What do you think this incident is making every company ask themselves right now? What do you think every company is looking at right now? Every company that is sitting on something valuable, something that's unreleased, something that got sensitive material, all of them are paying close attention to this. And they probably ask themselves one question: man, could this shit happen to us? And for most of the companies, the answer is yes, right? So a follow-up question for that is like, okay, if it can happen to us, do we have enough people like in place? So we got the right stuff in place to prevent it or like handle it quickly if it does happen? Every story like this pretty much makes security teams, ask uncomfortable questions. Can we handle this? Are we trained enough for this? What would we do? Right? So anybody that has a company, anybody that is working cybersecurity, anybody that wants to be in cybersecurity, really think about what would you have done, right? What have you have done to prevent it? And then how would you actually manage the actual incident after it happened, right? Because a cyber leak, they wanted them to stop doing certain stuff. Now, as far as the actual I don't know. I'm not sure if they wanted some money. I know they wanted them to stop doing some stuff, but I don't know if they actually asked for actual money, right? But they could, and most likely Take Two and Rockstar would pay it. Shit, it's like, please don't release this goddamn game. Like, please, please, please don't do that, right? So this is the section where I want to kind of talk about the opportunity for you, right? Right now, you need to be focusing on getting your skill level as sharp as possible. You need to have the foundation. We already know that, but you need to be working on cybersecurity skills. You need to be working on networking skills. You need to be working on incident response, risk assessments, identity management, and the certifications that actually align with those things, right? Make sure that you're going after certifications that are one, requested by employers. Number two, are globally recognized so you can take it wherever. And it's something that people are really looking for, across the industry. If you're not quite sure what certification would be best for you, I created a full tech career roadmap that'll kind of give you the certifications and the careers that align best with wherever you are right now. It's absolutely free, no obligations, and I'll put the link in the description, or you can go to passtechsearch.com and grab it. Right? Stories like this, aren't going to really stop showing up, unfortunately. The only question is whether you can be a person that can swoop in, help, educate, prevent, and stuff like that for companies like this, right? If any of this got you thinking about, where you want to start, if any of this had you thinking about where you are in your career, whether you're in tech, not in tech, think about getting into tech, you're in networking, I want to get into cybersecurity, you're in cybersecurity, you want to go in networking, you're in network, you want to get into automations or incident response, put it in the comments and let me know. Let me know, one, what the hell you would have did, right? To prevent this, right? And also, how would you have handled the incident management, right? If this helped you see things differently, if this helps you to be more proactive when it comes to your career, your cybersecurity, your identity management, I would appreciate if you would share it with just one person. Other than that, I'm Rob from passtechsearch.com, and I'll see you in class.